Hey everybody, it's Tim with Broken Dice bringing you a quick little channel update. English Civil War this time. Got my period miniatures painted. Got, well, the pikemen. I still have the musketeers to go with it. A lot of earth tones, lots of browns, grays, dark grays, light grays. Non-oil wash, matte finish. Couple things I do want to point out, which I've done in the past. I do believe I have talked about this bronzed flesh tone. It's kind of what I use for the buff coat, along with a non-oil wash that goes over it, kind of darkens it down. I like the way it looks. And on the last video, I talked about using these Games Workshop contrast paints. Yeah, that one. That's what I use for all the pikes. It's not quite a black. It's a very dark brown. Really like it. It goes on real easy. Great for like boots and shoes. It's not so thick. You can actually, when you do the shoes, it kind of molds around it. It doesn't take up all the detail of the shoes, especially on a small model. That's pretty good. The other one I used on this project was the Snakebite Leather. Oops, there we go, get my finger out of the way. And again, a lot of multiple uses for this thing. It's really thin, very clear, so you can actually use it over other colors. Use it as a base color, like sometimes, like especially if I prime in a very light gray or a white. To help pick out the detail, what I'll do is I'll take a wash, usually a sepia wash or kind of whatever manufacturer, some sort of light brown wash, and just coat the model with that. And it really, for me, brings out that detail for the painting. And you can actually use that in that process too. Use it for leather. I've used it for the shoes on some models. It has a lot of multiple uses. You have to give them kudos when they do something good, and I like them. Now, I don't use any of the bright colors and all that kind of stuff out of it. I really don't have any use for that. Most of the armies I paint are basically these kind of color schemes anyway. So that's enough about that. But I do like them. If you want, give it a shot. I don't think you'll be too disappointed. You just kind of figure out where you want to use them. And like I said, I use the Cygor a lot of times on shoes, boots, some of the strapping, the pike, the pole. So works pretty well. Second thing, working on the Handgunners. I tried something which didn't really work out as well as I wanted to. I've been working on these guys, but what you notice is I went ahead and based them on their 40mm base. And I thought, instead of picking up each one of these little models and trying to paint them individually, I just put them on as a group and then paint the stand. A little fiddly trying to get into the detail. Won't do that again. So, lesson learned. It'd be better just to get like, I use like paint string sticks and stuff, and I'll put each model on there, prime them, and then paint them while they're on the stick, then take them off, put them on the base, and that's what I'll do next time. I won't make that mistake again. It's turned the project into one of those little fiddly, more an aggravation than it did any sort of positive outcome. It wasn't really time saving, and no. So that's where I'm at with my projects. I hope all your projects are going well. These guys turned out great. I really like them. It's about time. 20 years or 15 maybe on the shelf. unpainted, unprimed. It was time to show them a little love. All right, I'll talk at you next week. Hopefully next week I'll have the Musketeers done and start some assembly on some Ancients. And we'll be back to the Spanish. See you next week.